Vergil Ortiz Jr. stops Antonio Orozco in the 6th round. Very, very, very good performance from Vergil Ortiz Jr. Vergil Ortiz Jr., for those who don't know, he is a 147-pound fighter. He's a welterweight. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. He's 21 years old. His record is now 14-0 with 14 knockouts. And he has some, I want to say decent names. They are decent names. His previous fight before this was Mauricio Herrera. Some of you may know Mauricio Herrera. At this stage, yes, he is probably a high-level journeyman. But he has wins. Well, I say wins. He's gone the distance with people like Danny Garcia, with people like Jose Benavidez, and especially Danny Garcia fight. Me and many other people felt like he beat Danny Garcia pretty clearly as well. So, Vergil Ortiz, he's getting some good names on his resume. He's still a young prospect. I think this kid's the real deal. Antonio Orozco, this was a fantastic performance. This was in Ortiz's home state of Texas in front of his home crowd. And, he pretty much put on a clinic. He had Orozco hurt in the first round. Looked like he might have even gone down, but didn't, kept going. And, Ortiz Jr., they call him relentless. And he definitely is. He throws a lot of punches, throws hard shots, has a very good work rate, and seems to have stamina because in the 6th round, when he finally got Orozco out of there, the commentators were saying, he's throwing a lot of punches. He might gas himself out because he had him down twice, and then there was a little bit of a gap before he put him down for the 3rd and final knockdown. But Ortiz didn't stop. He kept coming and throwing punches. And they're hard shots. They were good shots. In the 6th round, I think it was an uppercut. I think it was a left or right uppercut that started it all off that put Orozco down. Now, Orozco has been down before in fights. His previous loss to this was against Jose Ramirez, who you may know, he's the 147-pound unified, 140-pound unified champion. He just beat Maurice Hooker there a few weeks ago. He had Orozco down a few times in that fight, but that still went to the distance, whereas Ortiz Jr. was able to get rid of him. So he dropped him a couple of times. The first 2 knockdowns were knees. Orozco just took knees. He was still hurt from the shots, but he took knees. 3rd and final knockdown was a more clear cut. Ortiz opened up a combination, put him down, referee waved it off. This was a very, very good performance from Vergil Ortiz Jr. I was talking to a friend about him yesterday in the gym, and my mate said of all the prospects, he put him at number 1. And, I've seen a lot of prospects in the US, and me personally, I think Shakur Stevens is number 1. But definitely, the more I watch Vergil Ortiz, the more impressed I am with him, and the more I think to myself, this kid's going to be world champion. This kid's going to be a serious problem in the welterweight division. And in a year or so's time, if you put him in with somebody like a Danny Garcia, I'd definitely pick Vergil Ortiz to beat him. Seriously. In a year or so, because he's already impressing me enough as it is. And he's still only 21. He still has to get his man strength. He definitely there's improvements that can be made. But he just looks so good, so polished, that, give it a year, even a year, you'd pick him over somebody like a Danny Garcia. You'd pick him over the likes of, who else? Lamont Peterson if he's fighting, David Avanesian. If you look at guys in the UK like Josh Kelly, Vergil Ortiz would destroy Josh Kelly. It wouldn't even be competitive. So, Vergil Ortiz definitely impressed with his performance tonight. Looked good in front of his home crowd against a decent enough fighter. And, as far as I'm concerned, didn't put a foot wrong. So, definitely looking forward to watching some more Vergil Ortiz. I definitely think Golden Boy have a star on their hands with this kid. Him and Ryan Garcia, they're 2 guys you want to look out for. But I've been more impressed with Vergil Ortiz, to be fair. So, very good performance from him. Definitely be interested to see who they're going to put him in with again next. He didn't take much punishment in this fight, so I would say it's probably unlikely we'd see him on the Golden Boy card that's happening in September with Jaime Munguia. But I wouldn't rule it out. But definitely be interested to see who they put him in there with next, because, I think this kid, he's at the phase now where you can start feeding him these fringe contenders, because he's too good to be fighting these, lower level guys. So give him these fringe contenders, see how he does. I think he beats most of them. Very impressive Vergil Ortiz Jr., seriously. So that's my thoughts on this. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will talk to you after.